You are in Spain, but look to the south, that is Morocco. This is a Spanish city on the African continent, bordered by Morocco on 3 sides and the Mediterranean on the 4th. Most cruisers step off the ship not knowing what they are looking at. By the end of this, you will. Welcome to Travel Day Trip Ideas. We're about to break down what to do, what to skip, and whether to DIY or take a tour. If that helps, hit subscribe. It really helps us grow. Let's jump in. When your ship pulls into Espana Dock, you're in for a treat. It's literally 100 meters from the city center, no transport needed, no waiting for a bus, just walk off the gangway and you're there. This is one of the easiest ports you'll visit on any cruise itinerary. The walk to the main streets takes maybe 5 minutes. You'll pass local vendors, see the street life of a working Spanish city, and realize you're somewhere genuinely different. But here's the thing about Ceuta that makes it so special. It is a living time machine. This city has been continuously inhabited since Phoenician times. That is over 2,000 years of history, layer upon layer, compressed into a small area of land. The Phoenicians came, saw its position between 2 continents, and recognized what it could become. Centuries later, everyone else did too. The Portuguese conquered it in 1415, marking the very first European expansion into Africa. Think about that for a second. This was not some distant colonial outpost. It happened right here on a plaza you can walk to in minutes. This is where the age of exploration actually began, not in textbooks, but in stone and street. Then Spain took control in 1580, and they have held it ever since. You are walking through 5 centuries of Spanish occupation, but also standing on ground that was already ancient when the Portuguese arrived. Between 1694 and 1727, Ceuta endured the longest siege in human history. That was 33 years of attack and resistance, not weeks, not months, years of bombardment, starvation, disease, and refusal to surrender. The fact that this place survived it all speaks to something deeper about the people here and the strategic importance of this sliver of land. The walls still stand. You will walk them and feel that determination in the stone. Here's something most cruisers miss. Ceuta isn't just Spanish. It's Spanish, yes, but it is also Arab, Berber, Muslim, Sephardic Jewish, and Hindu. 4 communities living in one small city. That's not something you find everywhere. In 2022, Eid al-Fitr became an official public holiday. If you're here during that time, you'll see a city celebrating together in ways that feel genuinely rare. You'll see Spanish Christians, Moroccan Muslims from the nearby region, Jewish residents, and others all sharing the same streets, the same businesses, the same city. It works. It actually works. The sound of Ceuta tells you everything. You'll hear the muezzin calling from the mosque at prayer times. You'll hear cafe chatter in Spanish and Arabic at the same time. It's a conversation between continents happening in real time. You'll get used to it within minutes, but that first moment of hearing those 2 worlds overlap, that sticks with you. One of the first things you should do is walk the royal walls. They are called the Murallas Reales, built in the 16th and 17th centuries to defend against attacks that never stopped coming. They are free to explore. The moat that once protected the city is now a garden, a practical, beautiful transformation. Just walk around these walls, spend 45 minutes going around them at your own pace, and you'll feel the weight of history. You'll understand the scope of what was being defended. You'll see the Mediterranean on one side and Morocco on the other, and it will click. This is why this place mattered. This is why people fought for it for 300 years. Head to Plaza de Africa. This is the heart of everything. There's the Cathedral of Santa Maria de los Remedios, which was built on the site of a mosque. That single fact, a cathedral where a mosque stood, captures the entire story of Ceuta in one moment. The building itself is beautiful, but more than that, it is honest. It does not hide what came before. On this same plaza, there is a monument to the Portuguese conquest of 1415. Stand there and look around. This is where Europe first stepped into Africa. This is where that story began. You are standing on a location that changed the trajectory of human history. Now let me tell you about a mistake cruisers make. Mistake number 1, trying to cross into Morocco. The border is about 5 kilometers away. The queues are long. They use a different currency. It is not a quick stop between breakfast and lunch on the ship. It is complicated and it is time-consuming. Many people try it and regret it, so do not plan on it. You will have a better day. To get a higher view of the whole city, Monte Hacho is the place. It is one of the 2 pillars of Hercules, and if you know your classical mythology, you know what that means. It was the literal boundary the ancient world recognized as the edge of the known world. There is a fortress up there, the Fortaleza del Hacho, still standing, with panoramic views that are genuinely stunning. From the top, you can see the Strait, Morocco across the water, and the European coast further north. You see how small this place is and how perfectly positioned. A taxi there and back will cost you around 10 to 15 euros. That is reasonable. That is worth it. Another mistake cruisers make is spending their whole day at the port waterfront. The waterfront is fine, but the actual interest is 10 minutes inland. Go uphill, go into the neighborhoods. That's where you'll find Ceuta. That's where the life is. Food here is Moroccan. This is crucial. Lamb tagine, kefta pinchitos, spiced meatballs, couscous, all the flavors that define North African cuisine. You're on the African continent and the food reflects that. There's a restaurant called Oasis on Monte Hacho that does excellent set menus at good value. This is not expensive. The flavors are bold and complex, but the prices stay low because this is how people actually eat here. Don't make the mistake of sticking to Spanish options when you've got something this good right in front of you. Mistake number 3, not eating the Moroccan food. A quick note on tours. Cruise line excursions are easy, but you often pay much more for the same experience. Local tours usually offer smaller groups and better value, with more time at the actual sites instead of waiting in big groups. Reputable operators know cruise timings and build in a sensible return buffer. They understand that you have a ship to get back to and they plan accordingly. If you are on a budget tour, you are looking under 15 euros. You will see the royal walls, maybe Monte Hacho, and walk the 4 religion architecture trail. You will see where Spanish, Arab, Jewish, and Hindu communities intersect. A mid-range tour around 30 to 40 euros gives you more depth, with a guide who explains the history and does more than point at buildings. A premium tour, 50 to 60 euros, gets you a local guide who knows the stories that do not make it into guidebooks, someone who lives here, someone who can tell you what it is like to be Ceutano. The tour trigger you need to understand is this: a local guided tour will cover the royal walls, Monte Hacho, and the 4 religion architecture trail in a way that makes sense. Instead of wandering and trying to piece things together, a guide will show you how these elements fit into one coherent story. You will understand not just what you are looking at, but why it matters. If you only do one thing in Ceuta, do this: walk the royal walls and then climb Monte Hacho. Those 2 things alone give you the essence of what this place is. You will see the medieval history in stone. You will see the strategic position from above. You will see the geography that changed European history. You will feel it. The Parque Maritimo del Mediterraneo is worth knowing about too. It was designed by César Manrique, the famous Canarian artist and architect, and it has saltwater pools and gardens. Park entry is free. It is a pleasant place to walk if you have extra time. It is modern, it is clean, and it is peaceful. A good contrast to the historical intensity of the walled city. There is another thing most cruisers miss about Ceuta: how easy it is to navigate. You do not need to overthink this port. The walk back to the ship is 5 minutes. That is it. You can spend 3, 4, 5 hours exploring and still get back with time to spare. You do not need to rush. You do not need to worry about timing. Just walk, explore, eat, and come back when you feel like it. The second tour trigger is this: if you book a tour, you have taken the thinking out of the equation. Someone else has worked out the route, the timing, the logistics. All you do is show up and follow. That is valuable when you are on a time limit. It is also valuable when you want to understand a place deeply without doing the research yourself. When you are ready to head back to the ship, there it is, 5 minutes downhill. One of the easiest returns of any port. Thanks for watching. If you want a little help making the day smoother, we've linked our recommended local tours in the description below. And the next cruise port guide is on screen. Click that and let's plan your next stop.